Hey guys, it's Jazmyn from Austin Underground, and I'm here today with Anna Rose. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. How's Austin been treating you today?
You know, I love Austin. It's been a little while since I've been back, and it's just such a great city.
Yeah.
It's, music all around you and people who love music, and a lot of art too, which is really nice to see, and just creative people, not dicks like in my city.
Yeah, wait, you're from New York, right?
I am. I love New York.
Yeah.
Just have to hate a little bit.
A little bit
Because
different.
it's nice, you come here and everyone's kind of laid back, and, no one's trying to, push you off the subway tracks. No one does that.
Yeah.
No one does that now. I'm just mumbling now. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I wanted to start talking a little bit about your sound. How would you describe it to people who aren't familiar with your music?
I like to say that I play rock and roll. I was really influenced by a lot of the rock of the 60s and 70s, as well as older blues like Son House and Muddy Waters and Elmore James, people like that. So a lot of the blues comes into it too, but
yeah.
Blues is kind of the grandfather of rock, sort of.
Yeah.
So it's all kind of fits together. But I like to say I play rock and roll music.
That's cool. So
I think it's cool.
You think it's cool?
I think it's cool. Rock music is
cool
great.
too. Yeah.
It's not.
Favorite.
Yeah.
It's not dead.
It's not dead. Rock is not dead. It's alive.
Yeah, in your heart.
Definitely in my heart.
So your dad probably had a really big influence on you as a child, musically. What would you say was your defining moment? Like you thought, okay, I want to do music for the rest of my life.
I think just seeing, there were certain experiences that I was fortunate enough to have as a little girl that solidified my love of music. Mm-hmm. I think I was always writing, I was always singing, and I started playing instruments young, and then guitar at 5, something like that. Mm-hmm. And so I always loved that, but when he saw that I was really attaching myself to writing and performing music and composing music, he would take me out of school sometimes as a school trip. Mm-hmm. He would tell the school that it was an educational trip. And I'd get to go and see one of his sessions mm-hmm. in LA in the big studios. There was a place in LA called Tadeo mm-hmm. where they could have, 80, 100-piece orchestras. And that's not something that's really done anymore because it's expensive. Mm-hmm. And that's really sad to me. But that was something that, being in those studios, seeing all those musicians working together, seeing this incredible moment, that was something that was huge for me. Mm-hmm. And getting to go to some kick-ass concerts too.
Yeah.
Because, he was the one who introduced me to the Stones and things like that. And, yeah.
So did you ever have any formal music training, or did you teach yourself how to play the instruments?
I was a self-taught guitar player for a few years, and then studied with a classical teacher, which was a little awkward because I wasn't much for classical music, mm-hmm. and then I started working with an amazing guitar player and teacher and just mentor named Arlen Roth, mm-hmm. who's played with a lot of artists and is just an incredible musician in his own right. So learning from him was something that made me just fall in love with playing the guitar itself. Mm-hmm. I'm more of a singer, I suppose, than I am a guitar player, because I'm kind of a crappy guitar player. But but it fulfills its role as the tool for songwriting. So with that, I was self-taught, and then with my voice, I really was not training. I never did vocal training until I think it was 22 or 23. I started working with a woman named Wendy Parr, who's amazing and has completely changed the way my voice, way I can use my voice, the way I treat it as an instrument now, rather than, this thing that I can beat to shit with, cigarettes and never sleeping, and so yeah.
So do you think that your music has a theme, or what would you say it's inspired by?
I think I'm really inspired by not necessarily my relationships with directly with people, my close friends. It's not so much that. Mm-hmm. It's a lot about the world around me and the world as a whole, and themes that I start to see within a day, a week, a month. It's certain things just keep coming up, or you notice people's personalities kind of matching each other's, and you pick up on certain things. That's kind of what I started writing about, and I try to challenge myself. I think getting into the head of another character is really cool. And it is still a challenge for me to, write from my own perspective too, meaning using my own story in that way. That's something that's still a little uncomfortable for me.
So tomorrow is your last day on this tour, correct?
I'm really sad.
Yeah.
I'm sad that you asked me that. I don't really want to talk about it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. We can talk about it. I'm ready.
You're ready? Okay.
I have my hanky. Actually,
you actually have it.
Sweat, like, profusely.
So, what would you say is your greatest tour memory, or how has this tour been different than the other ones that you've been on?
I think touring with Tony Luca is such a good fit for me musically, and his band is amazing, and that has been really huge. But really, just feeling a camaraderie between a lot of people, rather than feeling like you are the support act, and being very separate in that way. I think feeling like you're a part of the family is really, really nice. But not to mention, I get to watch Tony's show every night, and he's amazing. Keaton Simons is amazing. And the Rollaways, his bass player and drummer, they have a thing called the Rollaways. They're one entity. They're all amazing. So I get to see that every night and be inspired by it. And any day that I get to play music is great.
Yeah.
So that's just lucky. And but this tour in particular has been awesome, with meeting fans, with getting to go all the way across the country. I think we've driven almost 4,000 miles now, maybe a little over that actually, now that I think about it. But so we've driven kind of all the way across and halfway back, and I hadn't really done that before. I've really done coastal tours and spots in the middle. I had started to go through Chicago, started to go down into Ohio, started to go over, but not all the way across in one go. Yeah. So that's been really cool. That's cool. See the whole country.
Yeah. So you released your song, or your video for your song Los Angeles, about a year ago.
Oh my God, that was a year ago.
Yeah, I
True.
saw that online.
True.
So do you have any new music that you're working on right now, or could there be a song called Austin anytime soon?
I don't have anything called... I don't have anything called Austin right now. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll write one just for you.
Just for me.
But I am going to be playing at least one new song tonight that's going to be on the next record. Okay. So I've started sneaking a couple of those things in there to get some, get audience participation, feedback kind of stuff. And the response has been really good, so I'm just excited. And there's a lot of stuff in the works, I promise.
Yeah. So when should we expect it,
Ooh, I don't want to give you the wrong answer. Yeah. But being that I'm independent, and proudly so, I can release it whenever the fuck I want. Yeah. And there'll probably be, as long as I can get everything done by end of summer, hopefully in the fall. So maybe just a season. Maybe you only have to wait a season.
Only wait a season. Okay.
Hopefully by the end of the summer. Hopefully. Those are some big fingers crossed, and maybe I'm underestimating how much time it's going to take for me to get my shit together, but yeah, we'll see.